Mikel, how pleased have you been with Noni the last week or so? And how much of a point to prove do you think he'll have on Sunday? Because he's going to get quite a lively reception.
Well, I'm very pleased with him. Since the day that I came, his attitude, the energy that he's brought to the team, another kind of threat, his capacity to play right and left, and his skill set is different to what we had. And we saw again that on Wednesday, starting on one position, then changing to the other position, and being very, very efficient. So great to have him back.
He was obviously featured in this sort of online petition. He's obviously got a great reception from Arsenal fans from the very moment he played the friendly. But were you ever worried at all when there was this online petition for Arsenal to reconsider, and equally just sort of widening it a bit? Does that worry you, the sort of stuff that other players have to suffer, whereas as a player you didn't have to worry about any of that because obviously that wasn't around?
I don't know. If anything, it gave me more conviction and more will to help him and to do everything that we possibly could to make this relationship work and prepare everything around him in the best possible way. But I think that lasted a very short period of time, and immediately we have completely the opposite reaction, which I think he valued, respected, and it was like fuel to him.
Yeah, it didn't affect him at all, did it?
I don't think so.
Sam, Telegraph?
Mikel, is this version of Declan, is this like the final form? Is this the best? Is the Declan you kind of always envisaged, or is there even more from him, do you think?
Probably yes. A year or two ago, yes. But now, being with him every single day and understanding and connecting with him in the way that I've done, we're gonna get more, because he wants more. He's gonna get more. The team knows him better. His role is growing around the team. The impact that he has in the team, it's huge, and we'll find ways to make it even better.
What areas do you think there could be? I guess goals is one of them. Get 30 goals a year or something crazy.
Well, that will vary in relation to the position as well, the spaces that he occupied and how often he's in certain areas. But there will be other areas that he will evolve.
And just lastly, obviously you don't spend that much money on a player without knowing over quite a long period of time that you want him. Was there a moment, or at what point did you think that the Rice you saw at West Ham was the guy you wanted to buy? When did you first start thinking, yeah, he's the one for me?
Yeah, I don't think you have to be a genius, you know. I knew him for a long time, and I knew how he could help evolve and change the team, and he certainly don't and probably improve those expectations.
There wasn't like a specific game or a specific moment when you went back to that?
Probably there is. I have to think about it, but most of the times, if you have the option to see a player live and sense him and get that energy, that presence, that charisma the player has on top of his qualities, it's something else. And probably when he was around, I said, that's a special player.
Ed,
Just on Declan as well, obviously he was playing in a slightly different position at West Ham, now he's evolved into this new position. Did you see that in him when he was in at West Ham, that he could play that more advanced role in the future?
Yeah, to be fair, I had this one, I had another position, it was a little bit further back to do something else after in a different position. He can adapt to anything that you throw at him, but yeah, at the moment, that forward thinking and anything that is in front of him is probably much more positive for the team.
And he said he did a couple of good interviews after the game the other night where he was saying how there's a real anger in the players, and after what's happened over the last couple of 3 seasons. Do you sense that when you look into the players' eyes that you almost don't have to give them a team talk at the moment because they want it so much?
Yes, but I sense that for a long time, and that's a great thing. That desire, that willingness to win and to do everything that we have in our hands to be the best as we can. It's unquestionable, and they show with actions every single day, and we're gonna try to do it.
And just on Declan as a leader as well, how has he developed since he's been here as a leader of the team? Because obviously, first year it takes a bit of time to settle in, but now he's, really setting an example.
Well, a huge amount. Obviously, he was a captain at West Ham. He comes here to a new club, new environment. Obviously, there are things that are already set, but he has earned the right to increase that role, to be more and more important, to be very present in everything that we do. He's in the leadership group, which is very important as well, and it's a real present. And sometimes you don't need to just wear the armband to feel really connected, really powerful, and really important in the team.
Okay, last couple is Sam then. John, Sam.
Hi, Mikel.
Hi.
Jerry Timber earlier in the week spoke about the impact of religion and how important that is to him and some players in your team. What effect does religion have possibly on this squad, and do you utilise it in any way to improve performances or get the squad together?
They do, and I love it because I think that connects them more. And the fact that some of them, they have the same beliefs or strong beliefs about that, and how that helps their well-being, their mental side of that, and what it brings to them as human beings. I think it's phenomenal.
And how do they do it at Powerhouse?
That's something for them private.
Okay. On a separate topic then, so last season because of injuries, Ethan Wineri and Miles Lewis-Skelly obviously had a number of starts to plug them gaps. This season they've been pretty much on the bench in the league. Going forward, you've obviously got a few youngsters as well in the academy who are now rising up and trying to make a name for themselves. How do you kind of show them that there is a pathway to the first team if you've got such a good squad depth, you're competing for Champions League, Premier League? How is it possible to get that pathway?
Well, this is a really very good option, is to look at our lineups and looking at Max making the youngest ever debut in the Champions League. Ethan, he played in the Champions League week before. Miles, he played against the best team in Europe as a starter in the Champions League. I think that's the best one to say, listen, these are not words, these are facts.
Okay, finally to John.
Mikel, you spoke about the positive energy that you get from all these big wins. Do you feel that there's enough, you built up a bank of that can get you all the way to the end of the season? Because all these wins have been achieved with the same sort of injuries that they couldn't cope with last season.
I don't know. I think if it's enough for the next game and we get it with the full tank and full belief, that's enough. And that we have to restore it, and we have to probably earn it every single week. The good thing is that spirit, that energy doesn't only come for result, it comes as well for the spirit and the cohesion and the atmosphere that is around the squad, around the team, around the club, and that's something very positive.
We talk about confidence and belief, but it's not something you can measure in statistics, is it? It's
No.
I mean, can a manager feel it? How do you gauge it? Can you tell just by looking at it? I mean, obviously you've won all these games now, so there's...
As usual, there is not, I cannot put something and look at the temperature on the team, but I think we know them really well. I think we are around them, we listen to them, and you just try to figure what they need on the day. Sometimes to bring them down a little bit as well sometimes. So whatever they need, we're here to support them and try to get into the games and every day in training the best possible spirit.
Does a manager need to be a bit of a pessimist as well?
Pessimist?
Yeah, just to think, well, something could go wrong.
Yeah, I think naturally we all are. We look at every team and they are the best in the world, and and that's naturally how you want to analyze everything, because you want to be prepared and you want to make sure that you give your best to get the players in the right position to win games.
Okay, Ronnie, thanks very much.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.